Yesterday was hectic. There was no process design, system design happening yesterday. And yet, you know what? Some very strong system design happened just out of necessity. And this might be worth talking about. It is very... the process of building processes, of documenting processes, system design in business or your professional world, it takes, it's typically, you sit down, you map it out, you kind of think and brainstorm. Then maybe you do some of it and you kind of write it down as you're doing it. You're taking screenshots, you're taking a screen capture and you're doing a video talking through the process. And that's all kind of leisurely, and, there's not much to it, or when there isn't pressure. Sorry, I was just thinking about this stump now, I'm going to jump on it. So when you're under pressure, though, you can sometimes figure things out really quickly that you otherwise would just be stuck on. Like yesterday, this was to do with reconciliations, bank reconciliations, and the backlog. And the issue is getting a profit and loss statement together for the board. Now, it was, okay, I have to stretch way out there, okay. And doing this, I'm going to get down off the stump. It's not helping me think like I thought it might. The pressure of doing this, it kind of forced me to just get something done quickly. It's the deliverable process at play again. So, this method I'm thinking of, my system for better process design in systems and work, something that, can contain work, make work like more efficient, more containable, more visible, more accountable, all that stuff. Is roles, mini roles, deliverables under that, a deliverable for absolutely everything, and then optional instructions, SOPs underneath that. So what I realized yesterday doing this, P&L, again, I'm not a finance guy, not an accountant, but getting this thing in place just quickly meant I had to find some workarounds. And I suppose the main point, if I wanted to give this ramble a decent kind of main point, would be there needs to be space for people to do that kind of a thing and capture it. So, ideally, I mean, to be honest, I've seen a lot of people, some people do think in the way you want them to, thinking about process improvement, but a lot of people just don't want it, just don't want to know. I guess you have to either, force them in a way to give you some kind of suggestions, because you want to learn from them. You want their day-to-day experience of it to improve the process. It's kind of a standard, thing in system design, is obviously the improvement loop. But, with yesterday, it was a completely different thing. It was a different process, different SOP. This is why the deliverables matter so much more than the standard operating procedures, because the deliverable, the thing which you actually get out the door, in this case a report, is all that's actually important. You know, so you need to, so yeah, the process I went through, this new one, I just figured out, oh crap, you know, I could do this way faster than I was thinking about doing it before, without this, you know, pressure. Yeah. And so, although it was a hectic day and there wasn't any time to sit down and go through the process mapping, system design process, right? There was still something way more valuable in terms of process improvement that came out of that day, just because of the pressure. So yeah, today I've got some poking to do. I've got some poking and reminding and that kind of stuff. But other than that, it's going to be a relatively calm day. And so, yeah, having a bit of time to write down what I figured out yesterday under pressure, and yeah, and get that documented. All right, so yeah, system design. It's oddly enough, it can be messy, you know, like all of life. This is so close to my face, but there's. All right, let's end it there anyway. Bye bye.